test. Okay, cool. All right, and we are back. Okay, so in this video, what we're going to do is we're just going to go and create a, we're going to add to the triggers that we previously made in the previous videos. Okay, and all we're doing is we just want the leads to go into our pipeline. So when they come in, so all we have to do now that we have the pipeline created, the pipeline is called new survey leads. We want all new leads to go here. So we're going to come back over to our automations, our triggers. So remember, this is where we're dealing with the survey. So anybody, so we'll go right here. We'll just go add trigger inside of here. We want to do this. This is like any new survey lead, right? So any new survey lead. So anybody just fills it out, like this action will happen. Okay. So I'm going to put it back on the survey. And so anybody that submits a response to what survey, to this survey, they submit a response to this survey. What do we want to do? We want to add them to an opportunity. Which opportunity? The pipeline. We've already created it. We want it to be new survey leads. We wanted to go into that first stage called new lead. And if you want, like sometimes you can put in their custom field names here. So one of the things that I like to do is I will just cheat for a second, pretend like I'm going to add a new action. And then I pretend like I'm going to add a new, like send an email, because all I want to do is I just want to get these custom values. That's all I'm trying to do. So the contact, I like to do first name, space, and grab their last name. And so all we want to do is, and oh, I put the wrong one there. I put that wrong one. That's supposed to be the contact's last name, right? And so because I can't copy and paste because I'm using your computer, we would basically just take these things and we would copy them. Okay. I can't do it because I'm not on your computer, but we just copy these things. And so over here, right here, I can actually name the opportunity. So the name, and I would paste, it would just do pasting. But again, I'm on this thing. This is first name, right? And then we'll put the other one. So this is contact dot last name. And all I'm doing is I'm naming the opportunity. You'll see that in just a minute. Watch. Okay. So I'm just taking this. So it's first underscore name and last underscore name. I would have copied and pasted that, so I didn't have to memorize that. But I'm just going to go make sure that I put this in correctly so that it comes out correctly. First name and then last name. Okay. So that's going to be the name of the opportunity. It'll make sense in just a moment because we're going to go submit a test lead to make sure it all works. Okay. If you want, you can name, like if you want, like this is coming from website A, or this is coming from website B, or this is coming from wherever. You can name that. Okay. Sweet. You can name it if you want. Nice. I don't name everything. Okay. I don't name everything, but you can. You have that thing, and you have the option to put a value in there, and you can also select the status. Okay. So these little couple options, do you want them to be able to move to a previous stage? So basically, if they've opted in and then they opt in again, like, do you want that opportunity to be able to like start from the beginning? Does that make sense? Right. Yeah. And if you don't want them to opt in or whatever, like you can also disable that too. Like don't allow them to like opt in again. So that's something that you will do after you get the thing running, right? Don't try to predict everything. That's a critical mistake that people do. Okay. They try to predict it. Don't do that. Make the changes after you're actually like doing the work. Like actually like you got leads coming in and then you notice that you're getting duplicates or something and you're like, oh, this sucks. So come back and then automate more. Okay. Right. All right. Now, because we're not going to use this anymore, I'm just going to delete it. Remember, the only thing I did this for is I'm cheating or I'm being smart. I'm taking those custom values, like those values. Right. So I don't need it anymore. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. So now potato, right? There's multiple ways to accomplish this whole thing. The way that I'm building this right now, I went and set it up so that it creates an opportunity for anybody that submits. Okay. So anybody that submits is going to create an opportunity. And then will also happen. Remember, so if this happens, then this will also happen. So if they fill it out, then they'll be added to the pipeline, the opportunity. Also, if they choose buy a new car, all those things that we built before will happen. If they choose to buy a new home, that will also happen. Remember? So if this happens, then that. Make sense?
All right. Makes total sense.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. So that's what that is now. So let's go. And we always want to test everything, right? We just want to go test. So let's go find our survey. And you'll get used to this. HighLevel, they're still working on speed in the back end, but they're pretty fine. So there's our survey. And then under here, remember this was all done here. That was all taken care of. So let's go test. Let's go integrate survey. And I'm just going to go choose the link. Boom. Okay. And so let's test this out that I want to buy a new home. And so my first name, Aaron, right there. Phone, we'll do 217-9326. And then my email will be info@webandlee.com. So this is just my email. Anybody needs it, feel free, right? Spam the shit out of me. So remember, this is a very basic functionality. We can always go add CSS to the form to make it look cool. We can check the box to make sure it only shows one thing at a time. There's a lot of other functions. You just need to be able to understand about the basics. Like, look, remember, right now, you're just learning to drive a car. I don't need to teach you performance evasive movements or, all that crazy other stuff right now, but you'll learn that as you go. Understand? Okay.
Makes sense. Yes.
Once you get the functionalities down, then you're good. Worry about the lipstick and rouge later, right? It's like whatever, like building a house. Like seriously, work on the foundation and the framework before you start to go pick out the curtains. You know what I mean? Like without a doubt. And this is a big mistake that people make. Okay. So there we go. Boom. So taking a survey. Now there's other things that we can do. Like I said, we can go add colored drapes to this damn survey, right? So one of the things we can do is we can redirect people, right? Remember? So this is like a lot of other functionality that we can do inside of this. We can control. But when you are building automations, you need to do it in a very phased manner. Don't try to go do multiple things. Do one thing at a time, make sure it works, and then move on. All right. So let's go make sure that it works first before we start to try to add, drapes to the living room rooms. Okay. Or whatever, living room windows. All right. So let's go to our opportunities. And there it is. Sure enough, there is Aaron. Let's click on our opportunity. Now, when you're in HighLevel, and you can click on this space, which will show the opportunity, or you can also click on the name, and that will bring you directly to the contact record, which is the basis for all CRMs in the world, is they'll all have a contact record. You can have multiple opportunities. You can delete opportunities, and it doesn't change the contact record. Does that understand? So just so that you know, it's kind of like a little weird thing that people think. So right now we are looking at the opportunity. Okay. And so there's my information. Very good. I didn't put a last name on it, so it didn't have it right here, but there's my information. Everything's looking good so far. Everything's looking great so far. We have passed our test. We got it to work, right? We got it to work. And so at this point, now we can start to go maybe do some lipstick and rouge, I guess you could call it. I don't really know what else to say, but so we can go back to our survey, our sites, go back to our survey. We'll go over to our survey here. And so maybe you want to go do some bells and whistles. So for an example, if you wanted to, as you get into here, like on submit, remember how it just said thank you for taking this survey.
Right.
Boring. Never,
Right.
never leave an opportunity. Remember, they are most excited
Right.
at the point of filling it out.
Right.
So what you should be doing is now, since everything's working, maybe you start thinking about a thank you page.
Oh,
and so over here, you could put open URL.
Right.
And then over here, you would put in whatever thank you page that you have built. You know, this is what KO Credit,
Right.
KOCredit.com. And this would be like, thank you, right? So you would already have a page, right? Or you go build one now, and then you come back and you put it there. Okay, you put it there. And the things that you want to do is tell people, first of all, if you're not afraid of video, 100% record a thank you video.
Okay.
Make it personal. People buy from people. So make it personal and be like, hey, I'm the owner. I just want to let you know that it's awesome to have you. Here's what's going to happen next. Remember, their guard is still up. Their guard is still up. They may have submitted some information to you, but they don't know you yet, and they don't trust you yet. So one of the things that you can do to make people more comfortable with you or more comfortable with the process is to explain the freaking process, right? So tell them, hey, you just submitted this. You're on the page. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have, if it's between the normal hours, we're going to have someone call you in about, within the next 10 minutes, and you can do that shit because with HighLevel, we can trigger different things off. One of the little cool tricks with HighLevel is you can record a pre-recorded voice message. And they won't know it. And you can be like, hey, the next thing's going to happen is that if it's between these hours, because we will go set it up in a campaign or a trigger that like only send this message during these hours. So if it's between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m, it'll fire off this pre-recorded voice message, and they're going to think you freaking called them. They're going to be like, holy shit, this company's fantastic. This company's great. Not only did he call me, he personally texted me too. And they're going to be like, oh my God, right. So those are different things that you can do after, right? After. And you'll learn that as you start to learn more about the strategy. The one thing I fault with HighLevel is like, they don't have enough training resources at the moment. They will. They will. So for anybody out there, how does Aaron know this shit? Well, because I spent the majority of my, digital career with Infusionsoft. I still use it to this day. Okay. And inside of Infusionsoft, like there's all these courses that you can take to learn this stuff, where you learn about attract, nurture, and convert, and all this crazy stuff, which is marketing automation. Okay. So it's not about just being able to master the tools or the levers of HighLevel, but understanding about automation and the customer experience and how to make it better. So for those of you that are watching this, I definitely recommend that you come over here and learn about this shit, right? Come over here. They have a place where you can learn. And I'll tell you what, Infusionsoft, if those of you who've been around a little bit, they caught a bad rap. They were called Confusionsoft, and then they changed their name to Keep, whatever it is. But their knowledge base is a little bit more restricted now. So I would highly recommend that anybody that's trying to learn about this, ActiveCampaign actually has one of the best trainings out there right now. Yes, of course, it's showing you using ActiveCampaign software, but it's the same shit. It's the same stuff. Like, it's marketing automation. And the whole idea of marketing automation doesn't change. It's like driving a car, right? Like driving a car. Just because you get into a Yugo versus a Mercedes-Benz, like all the driving stuff doesn't go out the window. Now that Mercedes-Benz may have some more, pep to it and stuff like that. But I would definitely recommend people coming over here and, take a few things. If I could just get this damn thing to scroll, I'll be good to go. But I guess we got a little bit of a delay in our
Sorry.
Wi-Fi. But anyways, point taken here is that
Sorry
over
about that.
inside of Active Campaign, there's a whole like knowledge base that you can go and take and watch these videos. And it's the same thing. Those things called deals is what we call opportunities. Same shit. And matter of fact, their builder, which is top down, is just like HighLevel's new top down workflow builder. So you'll actually learn a lot on this. So, all right. Anyways, we're all working there. All